Now we're going to start with first class, that is phycomycetes. Here the mycelium is cenocytic. Cenocytic means multinucleate. It consists of many nucleus and aseptate. What is the meaning of aseptate? Without septa or crossword. Okay, so there are differences in each class. So if you are talking about phycomycetes, it contains, it's a long tube-like slender. Hypha means, I told it's a long and tube-like, but it is without branch, without crosswall. Sorry, not branch, without crosswall or septate. So that is known as aseptate. And also it contains cenocytic. It contains many nucleus, multinucleate. That is called cenocytic. Then here in this phycomycetes, asexual reproduction, it will take place by two methods. One is zoospore or aplanospores. So zoospore, I told, they are motile structures. Aplanospores, they are non-motile spores. So in both the way, asexual reproduction will take place. Zoospores and aplanospores. Zoospore, motile spores, they have flagella, so they can move. So locomotion will take place. But aplanospores, they cannot. They are non-motile. Then a sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction, it may be isogamous, anisogamous, or oogamous. Results in the formation of oospore or zygospore. What is meant by this? Isogamous, anisogamous, and oogamous. Isogamous means there is a fusion of two gametes, but they are both morphologically same. It looks same. That is iso. Iso means same. Anisogamous means it is also fusion of two gametes, but they are morphologically and physiologically dissimilar in nature. First one is similar. Here, anisogamous, they are dissimilar. But oogamous means here the fusion of female egg with fusion of male androzoid. So the female egg is getting from oogonia, then androzoid is coming from anthropodia. Okay, so that is called oogamous. Oogamous means fusion of female egg and male androzoid. I told from where both it is collecting in a bag-like or sac-like structures. The egg is getting from oogonia. Androzoid is coming from the anthropodia. Okay, so that is oogamous. So these are the three types of sexual reproduction: isogamous, fusion of morphologically similar gametes; anisogamous, it is a fusion of dissimilar gametes; and oogamous, it is a fusion of female egg with male androzoid. So these are the three types of sexual reproduction will take place in phycomycetes. Then there may be sapro. If you are talking about the nutrition, how they will eat, there may be saprotrophs. Saprotrophs, example, mucor or rhizopus. These are the two examples, mucor and rhizopus. Or parasites. Parasites means they may live inside the body of other organism and takes nourishment. So example, albugo. So these are the examples. So it may be, if you're taking the mode of nutrition, it may be either saprotroph or parasites. Which are the example for saprotrophs? Mucor and rhizopus. Parasite example, albugo. Clear? So next class it is ascomycetes. Okay, you can see here ascomycetes. That is a second class. These are commonly called sac fungi. Commonly what it is called? Sac-like. They are called sac fungus or sac fungi is plural. They may be unicellular or multicellular. Sometimes maybe only one cell you can see, but in some cases you can see many cells, multicellular also. Which is example for unicellular? Yeast. Yeast is example for yeast is a fungus or fungi. But say edible fungus. Okay, so this fungus, they are useful, harmful, and harmless. Fungus is coming, but some are very useful also. Yeast, it is a edible fungus. You know, it is unicellular. Then multicellular example, it is penicillium. I told you it's a fungus penicillium, which gives that penicillin. Antibiotic is a very common one, penicillin. It's an antibiotic we get from fungus penicillium. The fungus name penicillium. So here yeast is unicellular, penicillium it is multicellular. Then what about the mycelium? Mycelium is branch and septate. Mycelium is, it is with many branches. You just think about how the tree with or plant with many branches, same like it looks. So it's a branch and also septate. There is a septa or crosswalls are present between in the body of in the hyphae. Then organisms, they are saprotrophic or parasitic. Here also if you are talking about the mode of nutrition, they are saprotrophic. Saprotrophic means even they are decomposers. They help for the decomposition of this waste material, and also coprophilous. Coprophilous means they grow on cow dung. That is called coprophilous. So saprotrophic means mainly they get food from the decayed things. So in the saprophytic itself, it comes under two groups, decomposers or coprophilous. Decomposers, they help for the decomposition of these materials, things. Or coprophilous means they grow on cow dung. Or parasitic, they living inside other organism and taking the nourishment. Then what about the asexual reproduction? Asexual reproduction is by conidia formation. I told what is meant by conidia. It's like a brush-like, it's like a cluster of brush-like structures. It consists of many spores. There's a chain of many spores. Always I told the young spore, it will be down, the old one at the tip. And we can see the chain that is called penicillium. Best example, penicillium, we can see that. Asexual reproduction is by conidia. Then a sexual reproduction. Here, sexual reproduction results in the formation of fruiting bodies. What is the fruiting bodies? The fruiting bodies, they are called ascocarp. What it is called? They are called ascocarps, inside which sac-like ascus, or plural is asci. Singular is ascus, plural is asci, which containing ascospores. These ascospores are arranged inside this sac. Clear? So first they will form a fruiting body. What is the name of the fruiting body? It is called ascocarp. Inside the that fruiting body, it contains sac-like structures. They are called ascus. Singular ascus, plural is asci. It contains what? Which contains spores. The spore, it is called ascospores. Ascospores are arranged. Clear? Each ascospore on germination, they produce new mycelium. So each spore, the spore is called ascospore. They can germinate and it produce new mycelium. Clear? Then fungus of this class are economically very useful. We told just now, examples yeast, penicillium. So many fungus comes under which group? Ascomycetes. They are very economically very useful. Example yeast, penicillium, morels, and neurospora. All these are examples of fungus which comes under Ascomycetes group. Yeast. So they are economically very useful also. Yeast, penicillium, morels, and neurospora. Then next class, it is Basidiomycetes. So Ascomycetes, I finished this now. The next one is Basidiomycetes.